Good afternoon. This is the Libra astrology report for September, this 2018. This report is based on the aspects of the divine feminine in the sense of what's good, what may be bad, and how to balance it. And that bad is not just necessarily bad, it's just heaviness. And then you come down here to the divine masculine and same principles, what's good, what's bad, how to balance it. And then in the middle, you get sacred balance, which is the blending of divine feminine and divine masculine, and how do you become whole self. So the Libra energy is, in the astrological position, it's the 7. It's the center of basically self-awareness. When you're at that 7, you're supposedly at a state of balance. The thing with Libras is they carry a kind of like an innate spiritual shielding in some sense, to where they're normally self-balancing. But the problem with having that ability of self-balance is if you don't do anything to fine-tune it, you are just going to go under a state of assumption of thinking that you're in balance, but you're actually moving outside of balance. And that can have you not seeing yourself in whole. So be careful with that 7. Again, 7 also associated with luck. And so if you just think that you're lucky enough to just go through things, sometimes you are, again, fooling yourself, and you'll fall under your own manipulations or easily under the manipulations of others. So here we go for Libra. The divine feminine, which is your higher aspects of intuition and creativity, and it just pretty much honors that things come in from all angles and not necessarily in order and organization. So from the divine feminine aspect, what's going to be good for the whole month of September is the wise woman of Wonderland in reverse. The wise woman of Wonderland in reverse speaks towards integrity and compromise. With this is, looking at the energy on it, it's a 21. So that's a 3. So it's a 3 in the sense of miscommunication. Because when you looked in the mirror, you didn't see yourself. And that was kind of like what I was just saying back there about you thinking that balance is just your natural gift, then it stops you from fine-tuning it, so you don't even understand when you're off balance. The analogy of this card right here is the wise woman of Wonderland. Think about Alice. She looked in the looking glass, didn't see herself whole enough, so she decided to jump down the rabbit hole, went through the looking glass, and ended up in all kinds of misadventures. So sometimes if you're not at a state of being able to see who you truly are, it could get you on all kind of journeys into places that you don't need to be. So be mindful of that. You need to have a higher sense of compromising your sense of false awareness, and realizing that when you are the person that's off balance, instead of being that, oh, everybody else is off balance because I'm a Libra, so I'm automatically balanced. No. Balance is a perception. So that's what's going to be the good thing, is that you're going to get a chance to not have to go down that rabbit hole, not go through that looking glass. Stop yourself when you look in that mirror, fix what you see right there before you try and go chase down something else. From there, you go to the heavy energy. And again, I didn't want to say bad, because it does not necessarily mean there are going to be bad events happening to you. And in some cases, there probably will be. That's just the way this realm works. But what I'm speaking on towards is bad in the sense of this is going to be the heavier part of the energy that you're going to be faced with for the month. And it's the lady of the mirror. I mean, look at it. We just got through talking about Alice in Wonderland, and here we are. Who's looking in the mirror is the lady. So the reason why Alice got messed up is when she looked in the mirror, she didn't see herself. So she decided to go through it and see what was on the other side. If she had saw herself properly, then the game would have changed. And look at the number on it. It's a 44. 44, I deal with master numbers on a higher level beyond the 33. Master number 44 to me is the master manifester. And it's also the number tied in with success. If 4s are balanced, if you got balance on all sides, you can't fall. And remember, Libra's whole thing is I need to be balanced, or I assume that I am balanced. So with the lady of the mirror in reverse, if you stop and take a look at yourself and see your true reflection, then you can move from a state of non-judgmentalism. And I mean that non-judgmentalism from judging others because they don't have that perceived gift that you have of balance, or judging yourself of thinking that I'm not balanced enough. Either way it go, manifest which one you want. Manifest yourself into the position of successfully being balanced And also manifest yourself in the sense of knowing that you cannot control the balance of others, but take yourself into a state of accepting people for who they are and where they are on their own path, and not letting it draw you or drive you into rabbit holes. Because if you attach to certain people, and because you're so balanced in perception that you think that you're going to have to force others to get to your level, that can throw you down some rabbit holes itself. So be mindful. And the best way to get balance in that divine feminine aspect of honoring your intuition and the creativity of the universe is the word Lord in reverse. Stop being manipulated, but in a higher sense, stop being the manipulator. Remember, Alice looked in the glass. Instead of her finding herself, because she didn't want to do that work and realize that she was the one that was initially off balance in the first place, she manipulated herself into a situation, and now she created all kinds of life experiences and stuff. So with this word Lord, the energies on it is speaking towards communication, praises, but primarily dishonesty. Stop being dishonest with yourself. Learn proper communication, and stop praising yourself more than what you think you need, or more than what you should be praising yourself. The breakdown on the card is a 43. It's another 7. Your balance has been broken down into that balance that you think you have. Your self-awareness has been broken down into that balance you think you have is all based on how you're communicating with yourself. If you're thinking that you don't have balance, then you're not going to be balanced. If you're thinking that you do have balance, you may have it, but you better do some mirror reflecting and make sure that it is true balance and not just perceived balance. So that's how your divine feminine pans out for Libra for the month of September, is that you're going to have to do some looking in the mirror and make sure that you know where the sources of manipulation are, because that balance that you think you have may not truly be there. And on the vice versa, when you're really thinking you are off balance, it's merely a perception or misperception, and you might need to stop over-critically judging yourself and just fix the little minor things, such as wiping the things off of the mirror that stop you from seeing yourself altogether. Down here, we go to the divine masculine. And okay, from right here, remember, we're talking about Libras. Libras are the sign of balance. This is only fair that now that divine feminine has said, hey, we've been manipulated. The divine masculine, the master of order, the master of logic, is down here saying, whoa, we need to do some fact checking here. So it's the ringmaster of scrutiny, and it wants to get discernment, clear vision, and it wants details. And it's a 9. September is a 9. 9s are karmic endings. 9s are the highest vibration. So things can come to an ending under that highest vibration. And if it is karmic related, such as you keep going around and around and around in situations, this is your chance to dump that energy before it keeps following you. And the best way to do that is to use clear discernment, which is when you look in that mirror, you need to see yourself clearly and look at all the details. Don't just see that pretty face in the mirror like, oh, I'm a Libra, I got this. No, I'm a Libra, but let me see exactly what is on the scale, what does not need to be on the scale, and what does need to be on the scale, so that I'm achieving true balance through, again, the 7, self-awareness. So the energy is going to be like, hey, we need to sit down and slow down. We need to sit down and do some better fact-checking with ourselves. And the heavy part of the energy moving for the masculine side of that house. And again, when I'm saying divine masculine, this is not gender role. This is the energy aspect that you're going to be embracing. So when you're trying to do that logic and order mind work within yourself, the heavy part of the month of September, or the heavy energy for the month of September, is going to be the Lady of Lightning in reverse. Again, I said it a couple times. To me, dealing with Orisha, Oya is the Lady of Lightning. She is transmutation. She is change. And change is the only constant in this universe. If you ain't changing in some form or another, you'll never make it to whole point. And I haven't got there yet. So what is it getting to right here is with the Lady of Lightning in reverse. It is an offering of a total paradigm shift. But that is going to come and sometimes it's going to be shocking, but it's going to always be surprises. And surprises can be good things just like they can be bad things. In this sense, being that you're an order and logic mind, it's going to be a lot of shocks, because you're going to be surprised that that balance you thought you had really wasn't as balanced as you really are. And so therefore there's some misperceptions within your self-awareness. And so you need to be that change. Don't find yourself um, standing on that soapbox of this can't be me because, again, I'm a Libra. I'm naturally balanced. Break that miscommunication with yourself and stop being dishonest with yourself, because if your situation does not reflect balance, you are not balanced. And again, down here, what it was saying is get the details and get proper discernment, go through the transmutation process, and the way you get balance is that you own that you are the cosmos. And that's just simply embracing yourself in the vastness of it all. And sometimes that is in the sense of, remember, Alice thought she had to go through the looking glass to find out what was out there, when really everything out there was already in here, such as in herself, because you are the cosmos. Sometimes the journey is in sitting still. When you sit still and you find out what is really going on inside you, that will open you up to the vastness of this universe. Because as you become more aware of yourself, so do other things and other aspects of this universe, as well as other people. And then your creativity element can get larger because the interconnectivity of all life broadens, and now you're drawing energy from all things instead of energy being drawn, instead of you being drawn into all things. Your energy be drawn into all things, I should say. So there becomes that sense of control. Instead of you being a source of usury, you are now a user and contributor to the cosmos. And the way that you can get this balance, again, and this is a Libra, so balance is everything. The way you can get a sense of balance between your divine feminine and your divine masculine in the form of sacred balance is being aware of the web weaver energy. And this is the web weaver in reverse. It's a 4. It's all about balance. The web weaver energy, and again, it's in reverse, but the web weaver talks about synchronicity, divine intelligence, and cause and effect. And again, it's kind of cut and clear to me. And trying to be concise in the explanation is, if you're going to be in the web, you better choose to be the spider instead of the damn fly. And I can't get any clearer than that on that. It's just, if you're going to call yourself balanced, be balanced. If you're going to know that you have things going on and you are under manipulations, then you need to fix them, or else you will become that fly. But if you are moving in order, when you look in that mirror, you see yourself, hey, I'm whole enough to keep on moving. Therefore, I'm going to communicate honestly with myself and others because I like balance. I can get down here and I can practice good discernment, and I can continue to transmute whoever or whatever needs to be transmuted. I can own my place in the cosmos because I am the universe. And then therefore, I am the orchestrator of the web. I am the one who is weaving the web of life instead of being caught up in it. And that's what I got for you, Libra. I hope it makes sense. Hope it resonates. If it does not, keep seeking, but at all costs, seek within. The best guidance you'll get is from yourself. Peace and wholeness.